Is Microsoft's poor game selection compared to Sony actually helping keeping the industry competitive? I had touched on this several articles ago over the past couple months. There is such a great disparity between the games that are available on the PS4 Pro versus the Xbox One. This morning I was reading Forbes and happened across an article about how the competitive edge that Sony has in game titles is keeping Sony alive. Is this really the case? Forbes goes on to make an excellent case for this being true. The issue I have is I don't believe they're right. I am concerned that there is more at stake than just balance in the marketplace. There have been other consoles in the past, just like the Xbox One, that have had superior hardware to their competition, but in the end lost out of the marketplace because they did not have the depth of library to remain competitive. I can think of one console specifically that this is the case, i.e. the Sega Dreamcast. While Sega dropped out of the market for several reasons, the lack of pickup with the Dreamcast was simply the largest factor. If they had had a larger game library in direct competition to their competitors, the Dreamcast would have been a massive success. When looking at the number of exclusives and the quality of them, there is simply no competition. Sony wins hands down. If you are looking at the hardware running behind each brand, there is a different story. In the RAM and graphics capabilities of the Xbox One X, Sony is blown away. They also win out in the processing power as well. This is where I stray from the opinion of Kevin Murnam at Forbes. If your console and games are unique, there is no need for console competition. I feel the exclusive games made by third-party developers is just another way for console makers to try and force an issue that should really be up to performance. Whether the performance be strictly the hardware of one machine being better than another, a console maker is making better games / games that you want, i.e. Nintendo, or whether that is one console has the functionality that you want over another. But consoles should be moving more towards PCs and their integratability into your life and their function of being more than a one-trick pony. We have seen this happen over time where they are moving more and more things that you can do onto your console. But this feels more like the manufacturer's way to try and get you to spend as much time on their platform as possible instead of focusing on making excellent machines. Imagine if this was how the PC market worked. We will leave Mac out of this argument. We can kind of view them as Nintendo. They have their users and fan base. Even more so than Nintendo, they really are not competing with the same market as the PC. If every manufacturer of a PC was trying to get you to only stay inside their ecosphere and only do business with them, it would be awful. The same argument can be made for consoles. Console exclusive titles should go away. In fact, I think that all games should be written in one language and open to being played on any console, much like a PC game. Could you imagine if game developers had to write a game in Dell, Asus, HP Pavilion, Acer, Toshiba, Lenovo, Apple, and on and on and on? I think it is time to do away with exclusive titles and move into a more competitive hardware market. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks as always for stopping by. Please take a moment to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Until next time.